All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? We're back with the Thursday, January 4th NHL Quick Hit brought to you by SHIPITNation.com. If you are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. And if you are not a member yet, head over to SHIPITNation.com, click on Join Now. You can get in the best community in the industry for the cheapest all-in rate, best bang for your buck in the industry without sacrificing any knowledge, any tools, content, projections. You name it, we have it. We got you covered over here at SHIPIT Nation. We got 13 games on tap tonight. Let's jump right into some of my favorite stacks, some of my favorite values, my favorite goalies. As always, my final content, slate plan, core plays, and matchup sheet will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. Without further ado, let's jump right in here. First team I'm going to talk about is going to be the chalk of the slate here. Likely it's the Rangers, minus 425 favorites at home here. 6.5 is the total. On home ice against Chicago, you know the drill here. Chicago's super leaky on the road. They've allowed over 4.5 goals per game over the last 10 at home, on the road. Kill off just 71% of penalties on the road this season and give up the third most high danger chances. Really love all these guys for the Rangers. I'm going to focus on this top power play with Artemi Panarin, Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Vincent Trocheck, and Adam Fox. Adam Fox at 5.4K in a matchup where it's the second best matchup for D-men in the entire NHL against Chicago. I really like that price point at 5.4K. Vincent Trocheck's fair priced. Mika Zibanejad at 6.1's too cheap here in this matchup. I like him to bounce back. Chris Kreider continues to be very fairly priced for his talent. And then Panarin has been an absolute stud all season long. So really like this top power play here for the Rangers. They're going to get ownership, but hard to ignore the spot here for them. Another team I'm looking at here is Vancouver on the road here in St. Louis. St. Louis on home ice allow over 3.5 goals per game. Expected goals are up there. They allow the fifth most high danger chances as well on home ice. And Vancouver, I think Vancouver has a solid spot here tonight. Like this power play matchup again. St. Louis kills off sub 75% of penalties on home ice here. Elias Pettersson, JT Miller, Brock Besser, Quinn Hughes, and Andrei Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko at 4K is a fantastic value option here. Wish he was a little bit more active as of late, but still think he's a fine play overall. Another my preferred line here is actually going to be JT Miller, Brock Besser. That two-man pairing there, I think, is very good. You can add in Pius Suter as a third-man stack, or you can add like a Quinn Hughes or a Kuzmenko to make it a three-man power play stack. I really like doing that. So Vancouver, definitely have interest in them. Another team I'm looking at here is Montreal at home here against the Sabres. Sabres are favored in this one. I think Montreal wins this game outright. I like Montreal in this spot here. Cole Caulfield, 6.4K. That's a fair price point. He's got two nice line mates with Nick Suzuki and Slavestikov here. Overall, you got second line here with Monahan, Ylonen, and Josh Anderson, which is cheap. Mike Matheson, 6K in this matchup. He's been amazing all season long. I like him. So really like this top line here for Montreal at home against Buffalo, Suzuki, Caulfield, and Slavakovsky. Excuse me for mispronouncing that name, but I do like Montreal here on home ice. Think they get overlooked in this spot because Buffalo is favored, and I think Montreal should be favored in this spot. Another team here that I'm looking at is another dog here, but it's going to be the Coyotes here at home against the Islanders. This is a 6 total here. Islanders are leaky on the road. Coyotes are pretty solid on home ice here. I really like Arizona in this spot at very low ownership here. Sean Durzi, Lawson Krause has been great. Alex Kerfoot at 3.6K is way too cheap. Skate next to Schmaltz and Clayton Keller. Love this top line for Arizona. I think Arizona wins this game outright. I think they score 3 or 4 goals in this one, and their price points are very cheap. So top line and second line for me are in play. That second line with Kelly, Lawson Krause, and Nick Bjugstad continues to play good hockey all season long. They continue to be cheap. Clayton Keller at 5.5K here is super cheap. And like I said, Alex Kerfoot, top line, top power play, sub 4K. Super, super nice price point for him. I like Arizona. Another spot, probably pretty chalky here, is going to be the late night hammer here. Winnipeg on the road to face the Jets. We all know the Jets. You target the Jets. I like going to the well here with Winnipeg. Nico Ehlers is absolutely electric right now, on fire, averaging over 4 shots on goal per game over the last 5. He's just 5.8K. Amazing play there. His 2 line mates, Mark Scheifele and Gabe Vilardi, are 2 great stack options there. The second line with Nemesnikov, Alex Iafallo, and Cole Perfetti. Like the second line a little bit more on the road. Typically where I target second liners a lot is on the road. Now they get a matchup here on the road in San Jose with fair price points. Cole Perfetti, good price point. Nemesnikov, Alex Iafallo. I like Winnipeg here, definitely in this spot. And then the last team I'm looking at here is going to be Seattle, and mainly Seattle power play at home here against Ottawa. I like this power play. Jared McCann, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Vince Dunn, Alex Wenberg at 3K. Great value play on this slate. I'll talk about him in a second. And Kaylor Yamamoto is going to be that top power play. Don't really have a ton of correlation in terms of full line strength, but does increase your ice time because then you grab players that are basically out there the whole game when they are on different lines, because obviously when different lines are on the ice, the other lines are not on the ice. So when you have multiple guys out there, when you do a power play stack like a team like Seattle, you pretty much always have opportunity to score fantasy points with guys being out on the ice. So I do like Seattle power play in this spot here. Looking at some value plays at each position. First value center I'm going to bring up is Pierre-Luc Dubois here at home against Detroit. 3.5K for him, 15 to 16 minutes. He's averaging over 2.5 shots on goal. Fair price, good player. I like him. My favorite value on this whole slate from the center position is going to be Alex Kerfoot. Top line, top power play center here against the Islanders, who rank 31st in the league against centers. Really like Alex Kerfoot. Adam Lowry for the Winnipeg Jets. 3.1K third liner here. He's been good. He's getting minutes. He's averaging over 2 shots on goal per game. So I do like Adam Lowry. And then the last guy, Alex Wenberg here for Seattle. Top power play second liner. Ottawa ranks 30th in the league against centers. So I do like the value center for Seattle, Alex Wenberg. One interesting note, the value is better, in my opinion, at the center position than the wing position today. So if I'm punting a position, I definitely like punting with a center. But talking some value wings that you can look at here. First guy, Jake DeBrusk, 3.7K second liner, second power play. Pittsburgh ranks 32nd in the league against wings. So DeBrusk would be my favorite winger. I do like him. I like his price point. Another guy, Jamie Benn, 4K, top power play guy. He's averaging over 3 shots a goal per game. I think he's a fine value play at 4K flat. Already talked about like in Montreal, Ura Slavoski here for Montreal, top line, top power play. Buffalo ranks 31st in the league against right wings. So at 3.3K, he'd be my favorite value play, skating next to Caulfield and Suzuki. Really like Montreal line 1 there at home. So I like that spot. And then the last value wing I will bring up here is Luke Evangelista, second liner, second power play time. He's averaging over 2.5 shots on goal per game. Only going to play around 12 minutes, but he's been good when he's out there. Gets a decent matchup here against Calgary as well. Looking at some value demons on the slate. First value demon that would be my favorite here is Alex Romanov. This guy continues to absolutely crush. I mean, he hasn't scored under 10 DraftKings points in the last 6 games. So I do like Alexander Romanov, 3.9K. He'd be my favorite value demon. Another guy that just gets a ton of minutes, very active when he's out there on the ice, blocks a ton of shots, is Matt Roy for LA Kings, 3.9K. I like that. Another super cheap guy, Nate Schmidt, 2.6K, $100 over minimum price in a matchup that is the best matchup in all of NHL. D-Man versus San Jose. He's getting power play time as well, 2.6K. I really like the pairing with Romanov and Nate Schmidt tonight. So I do like Nate Schmidt. And then the last guy, Gustav Forsling, more of an offensive-minded D-man here. He's averaging right around 2.5 shots on goal per game, playing over 21 minutes. 3.7K for Gustav Forsling is definitely a good play here on this slate. Looking at some goalies that I have some interest in here tonight. First goalie, Connor Hellebuyck, 8.4K at San Jose. Expect him to get some ownership, but one of the heaviest favorites on the slate. I think Winnipeg wins that game pretty easily. Connor Hellebuyck, I do like him. Going to Arizona, I already liked Arizona in that game, right? I think Arizona should win that game against Islanders. I think Arizona should be favored overall. The game is basically a pick 'em. So Connor Ingram, 7.6K at home. I really like Connor Ingram at that price point. Two more goalies that you can a little bit more spend up. But first guy, Joey Decord for Seattle. Talked about liking Seattle at home here, especially that power play. So Joey Decord at 8.1K, who's been very, very good. I like him. And then the last goalie, Linus Allmark, 8.2K here at home against Pittsburgh. Boston should win that game pretty easily at home. It is only 6 total in that one, so I don't mind Linus Allmark to round out this edition of the NHL Quick Hit. Again, if you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. All my final content, slate plan, core plays, matchup sheet will be live for SHIPIT Nation subscribers. Head over to shipitnation.com. Click on join now if you want access to that. But that's going to wrap it up. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those SHIPIT Nation logos at the top for myself, Nadesify. Let's ship it.